Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. So, have you ever had something that created a defining moment for you? P90X is that program. It's in my soul. I'm going to share with you how this program impacted my health, fitness, mindset, attitude, marriage, and career. My P90X results beyond ripped. How it changed my life. Stay tuned. Hey there, my friend. Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, The Power of Possibility, Passion, and Purpose. And I'm going to share a P90X story with you. And I'm going to go beyond the getting ripped, the getting shredded, the workouts, all that stuff, because I think you've seen plenty of that over the years. Or if you're brand new to not sure what P90X is, I'm sure you could Google it because, man, such a game changer of a home fitness workout program. It was so revolutionary. Now we see programs that are out there that are really pushing the envelope, right? But this one was unique in the time that it came out, and it made a special impact for me. So I'm going to share my story. You may have heard fragments of the stories sprinkled out over my podcast for many, many years here. But I'm going to just dig into this. I thought it was really important because as I was reflecting back, I'm like, man, this program has gone beyond the let me just get ripped and get shredded and in shape sort of program. But before I get into that, I need to backtrack to about a year prior to P90X. I had bought a program, actually 2 years before P90X, and I bought a program called Power 90. I saw it on an infomercial. Probably was eating my second or third bowl of cereal, 4:30 in the morning, and something resonated with me. The trainer on the screen, or the fact that it looked doable. It didn't look like some hokey, gimmicky contraption. And so I bought it secretly outside so I didn't wake anybody up. And yes, I upgraded to the bands and the free shipping and the vitamins and all that stuff. And it came, and I failed miserably at it. I didn't want to commit to what they recommended for following the plan. It's amazing. When you follow the plan that's designed, you're going to get results. But I wanted to tweak it my own way, failed miserably. It went into a drawer for another year. I got more frustrated, fatter, out of shape. I decided to commit to it. My wife, she committed to following a popular eating plan at the time. She went on her path. I went on mine. But all I said to her is, I have to make myself a priority. So if we have something coming up, an event or whatever, it's going to focus on when's Perry going to get his workout done before we can even do those things. Selfish, I know. But I was committed for 90 days. Got great results, and I was doing really well. That I kind of did another round, maybe backed off a little bit, and that wasn't the thing to do because I was getting momentum there. So I kept going, did a few more rounds, but to tell you the truth, I was getting kind of bored with the same old workout programs, but I didn't dare try to go out and just do things on my own because I tried that and it wasn't working. I got into lazy, poor habits. So later that year, after I had committed to the Power 90 program, my wife had joined me, and she was getting great results. And we loved the program. I saw her biceps as she was picking up a table when we were setting things up for Thanksgiving. And as the Christmas holidays were coming up, and we were running a dog rescue, and we did this great Santa fundraiser sort of thing with the dogs, and my dad played Santa, and we raised money for our rescue. The Monday after that, I take that back. The Tuesday after that, I came home, and there was a knock on my door, and the person that greeted me at the door was a county coroner, introducing himself as Pat, and regretted to inform me that my wife had been killed in a car crash earlier that afternoon. And my life went into a tailspin there. And the one thing, as I'm going through all this, and it might sound crazy wild to you, but the one thing that I kind of clung to, besides taking care of the dogs and all of the unknown chaos that surrounded it, I still dug into my workouts. They weren't full-fledged. They weren't crazy intense. And I kind of went through the motions, vaguely remember doing that time because, you're in a totally different frame of mind when something like that happens. But it was the one thing that I knew I could control when life was so out of control. So earlier that following year, as early 2004, so my wife had passed away into the end of 2003, early 2004. Beachbody is teasing us with these little postage stamp videos. They were really small, little video teasers that Tony Horton was working on a new program they were going to call like Power 90 Extreme or some sort of thing like that. And I think it was Power 90 Extreme, and then they eventually cut it down to P90X. But I was watching these little things, and it was just moves that I had never seen before. And I was excited. I wanted to do this, and I'm like, I am all in. It's kind of like one of those defining moments where I am just going to show the world that I can conquer anything because the world is beating me up right now. That's where I was. I really struggled. I had some very, very dark days. So March comes along. I signed up to say, hey, I want to be one of the first customers. And I bought everything, the pull-up tower, the plyometrics mat, all of the equipment and gadgets and the yoga block and you name it. Stuff that when it arrived, frankly, I was totally scared. I had never done those things before. I barely banged out some push-ups in the Power 90 program. Now this one, right out of the gate in the first program, they're saying, all right, 30 push-ups, and that's just one of the exercises. They're doing multiple times. They're doing 30 push-ups, and I'm like, what is going on? So that program, as I progressed, I wanted to be one of the first ones through it, and that helped me get through the grief. It helped me grieve. It helped me get through the death of my wife. And I'll tell you what, when those DVDs arrived, who am I kidding? I didn't have a DVD player. That was advanced technology. I got them on VHS tape. I got a kit, 13 VHS tapes, 2 3-ring binders with a fitness guide and nutrition guide. And one of them, the fitness guide, was signed by the man, Tony Horton. I was super excited. I wanted to be one of the first. I had kind of looked a little bit at the message boards as people were getting their results with Power 90 and got to know several people. So there was a group of us. I think, I think we called it on the message boards. They were called the P90X Explorers or something like that. And I got to know just these screen names of people that were also on a journey, but everybody's on a different journey for different reasons. Mine was working through the grief and proving to myself that I could do hard things. I could take control. So I committed to the program, did my best on the nutrition plan, which was challenging for me, but I got in the best shape of my life. I got 6-pack abs. I mean, no way. But it also helped, and I didn't realize this at the time, so I'm reflecting back on the impact of this program. It helped with my mindset that I could achieve anything, that I could do hard things. I submitted my story, and I put it on video. Over the years, that story and my transformation has won me, just by sending it in, has won me $1,500, which was pretty cool. That video also put me in the very first P90X infomercial because I'm going to tell you what, many people got that program because of the infomercials and the stories that were on there. I didn't have that. It was all an unknown. It was extreme. It was scary. People on the infomercials shared their journey, and the people that were buying it kind of had a hunch what was coming. We didn't know. We were pushing play and going, oh my gosh, really? An hour and 20 minutes of yoga when you just had like 5 minutes of it in the previous program? Crazy stuff. But as I got the transformation, as I got to connect with a community of people that were like-minded and wanting to help and help others transform, and I'm going to tell you what, people would come up to me and it's like, what are you doing? And I'm saying, you got to try this program out. I don't know how many referrals back to the Beachbody website. I told people. So when this opportunity came along for people to become a Beachbody coach and to help others and can make a little bit of money or a lot of bit of money as a side income or sometimes a full income for some people, I was in. I was skeptical at first, but I reviewed the stuff and I'm like, man, this company has done so much for me already, especially this program. This is a way to help more people. So it helped me, it inspired me to become a coach, and it also inspired me to launch this podcast back in 2007. With this podcast, I wanted to create a weekly show to help people know that it's never too late to put yourself first. Because I was starting this journey basically at the age of 39 going into 40. That's usually a tipping point for a lot of people, the age thing. And I wanted to let people know that, it's never too late to put yourself first. This is perfect for the person. This podcast was perfect for the person that really wanted to finally take control to be healthier, happier, and fitter. And when you put yourself first, and a lot of people will think that's selfish, but it's not. But when you put yourself first, a whole lot of other life things fall into place. So when we put ourselves last, that we're frustrated and feeling overwhelmed and feeling stressed out because we're taking care of other people. And when we take care of ourselves, boom, we're able to help a lot more people, and we're able to overcome those stresses a lot easier. So the podcast provided inspiration, ideas, tips, life hacks I did it through video, but there's audio, and I did it through a wide variety of topics like health, fitness, mindset, and just making the most out of life. This podcast, it pokes fun at fitness. It highlights workout routines. It features special guests. I've had so many amazing special guests on this show. Success stories. We talk about eating and diet and discuss personal development and topics regarding overall health and well-being. And we're still going strong. And I thank you for being a listener. And if you're a subscriber, thank you as well. And for sharing this. P90X, it kept this going for me. And it kept going throughout my life. P90X is how I met my wife, Hillary. Yes, I got married again. I never thought I would do that. I was content being this widower. I didn't like the word widower, but I was one. And I got content with life. I'm like, I don't need to go through the work of dating again and getting married and all that stuff. Then I met Hillary. Now, while it's a long story, here's the gist of what happened with that. Hillary, she was on a video fitness forum. Lots of forums where people are discussing stuff. And I think that's how she learned. Somebody had posted different people that gotten results with P90X. And she learned of my story. Years later, she wanted to do P90X, but she got scammed by a third party who sold her a pirated version of P90X, and there were no supporting materials. And it really frustrated her. So she went on Google and she was doing a search. And she learned that there were these people called Beachbody coaches. And she's like, I wonder if that Perry guy is a coach. So she Googled Perry, P90X, and brought up my website. She reached out with an email. We hopped on the phone, and I helped her out with an order, and she became a coach and on our team. And she was on her journey. And we stayed connected because I love to support people to get results. In a very short time, with different conversations, our friendship grew, and within a year, we got engaged. Then we got married. And here's a cool thing. When we got married, I was wearing a P90X shirt. She was wearing a Shakeology shirt. There's threaded in there. So that's the way to bring it. I wore lots of logo wear. I still do. I'm wearing one right now. If you're out watching the video, you can see it. This wedding ring that you can see if you're watching, I'll tell you about my wedding ring. Got a little a set of black diamonds in there in a nice silver setting. The black diamonds were part of my P90X theme. If I was going to get a wedding ring, I wanted something that represented what brought us together. And P90X was it. I've met a lot of people due to their transformations on the infomercials. I mean, I could watch those over and over like a good movie. I don't know if you've ever gotten sucked into those and watched those. Some of my friends were so into P90X, they got tattoos. Jason, I know you did. If I was in the mall or the airport or walking around town and people saw me with a P90X shirt, I would hear, "Bring it," over across the way. And then we'd look at each other and cross our arms in the X position for that. That's the P90X sign. So I wonder what it was like for them the first time that they called one of those operators who's standing by to take your order. I wonder what it was like for them when they first got their P90X. Was it the same intimidation? My journey, it inspired my parents, my family, my friends, and it inspired them to get healthy and in shape. Now, while they didn't all do P90X, it inspired them to show what is possible with following a plan with some consistency and something that you could do from home. That, frankly, sometimes when people are going to the gym, they're guessing the way around and frustrated with the results. And here it was, something you do at home. It's freaking people out. People loved it. But that's what I love about being a Beachbody coach. It gave me possibility, passion, and purpose, a way to give back and make a difference. And coaching helped me leave my 21-year teaching career, which I loved. But I left that so I could devote my time to build a team of amazing, uplifting people who wanted to create a life by design, to make a difference in the lives of others, and to help end the trend of obesity. That was the big thing. It wasn't P90X. It talks about getting shredded, getting ripped, abs and stuff like that. But it was helping people transform their lives, and we've got a big obesity trend that's constantly fighting against us. The food industry and people not getting moving and I hesitate to use the word laziness. It's just we're not moving our bodies, and that's creating a lot of issues for us. And the foods that we're eating is creating a lot of issues for us. So this is helping make a difference to end that trend. So yes, P90X made that big of an impact. Isn't that something? This intense, advanced workout system, it was designed to help people get ripped. It did so much more for me, my clients, my friends, and my family, and many people that I will never, ever meet, because it ripples out. If I help somebody and that person started inspiring others of their coworkers or their friends or their family, I'll never meet them. But I just think it's just so incredible, the ripple effect that P90X is. So what about you? Is there something in your life that became a turning point? Something that you weren't sure how it was going to turn out, but you decided to commit and succeed beyond what you could have ever dreamed of? I know I'm so grateful for this program. Without it, I would not be on this podcast chatting with you right now through your podcast app. That blows me away. And once again, thank you so much for listening, sharing, and supporting this show. You absolutely rock, my friend. And it allows me to expand on other projects, to want to help people in many different ways, to serve beyond P90X, such as my morning success habits master list. P90X influenced that one too. And you can download it for free at morningsuccesshabits.com. And then message me back. Let me know how they go. That's all I have for this week. And as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.